Hey y'all, this is Deveda speaking, aka Immaculate 101. My topic today is about depression. My sister sent me something, a link a little while ago in regards to depression about some young lady, which, like sometimes people don't know how to express things themselves. And having said that, I believe that sometimes we find a way to express who we are through other things, how we relate. And for me, I used astrology to understand me better. For some people, they don't know how to express that. They don't know how to talk to people. So it's easier to gravitate to other things to express your emotions. And emotions is something that has highs and lows every single freaking day of your life. All right. And also, it's also a chemical imbalancement. Chemically, they do a lot of things to us. Our systems, we cannot trust anymore. Our government, all these things, like we can't trust none of these things of what they're doing to us because, pharmaceuticals, they get paid for us to be unwell, mentally, spiritually, and physically. And it affects these things. And my voice is still low. I got to learn to talk softer so I can get my voice back so I can finish this album. Now I'm sounding like a dude. I'm sounding like my mother I hear myself sound like sometimes. But back to the topic at hand. You see these colors I have here? I have red. I have yellow. I have green. I have blue. I have black. I have a shade of purple. These are levels of stress. These are levels of depression. These are levels of uncertainty. I'm not trying to fuck with your head with these videos. I'm just trying to find a way to express to some that these feelings, these colors you see, could possibly, if you allow it, to be touched in a great way to help others. Because a lot of times we don't know how to heal ourselves, so it will help you to heal others so you can better understand your path. And somebody who can counsel you. Most people, what they say in life is, if your life is so good, how come your relationships, your man cheated on you? There's no perfect relationship. There's levels to this shit, you know what I'm saying? But I know one thing, the things you won't no longer tolerate, and you create a command in your life, you tend to start to, two things happen. When you start to because remember, people don't understand boundaries. You can get depressed because you don't understand how to create boundaries in your life. These colors teaches you boundaries. As you see, the red fades into the yellow fades into the green, So, like all these things express levels of imbalancement. It's unstable, but it's beautiful at the same time. Don't make your depression, don't assume that your depression is just a bad thing. It can help others. Because healing others is healing yourself. Related to astrology, for those who are familiar with it, my Chiron is in Aries. And Aries is my fourth house of home, and my mom was an Aries. My mom was a dread woman. Do you not hear me? She was dread. But at the same time, loving. I'm the same way with my daughter. And I can be even more, I can be even more hard on it. It depressed me to put hands on my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell y'all these things because it's a process of it's surrounding your environments, and it's not a blame game. You must understand, y'all must understand that the Creator wants you to understand, the universe wants you to understand that everything you have inside you is within. But we cannot make that a crutch. We cannot make it to feel like we're victimized, because we were the victims. When you keep telling yourself you were a victim, you'll wake up one day and say, I am no longer that victim. Just like I used to tell myself, I quit cigarettes. I'm about to quit. Next thing you know, I quit. I just quit cold turkey. You know what I'm saying? Like, a program, it's a process. And for some, the depression imbalancement comes from the foods we eat. I'm telling you, If y'all want to understand some things related to depression, change the food you eat. Do it for at least 30 days. I'm being honest with you. Leave the red meat alone. Leave the chicken alone. Leave the turkey alone. It's going to be difficult. That's why I tell you, people, don't load their food. Don't load your food up, your refrigerator with greens and all that stuff, because it goes bad, it expires. Because a bunch of acidic vegetables and fruits, they create a lot of acid. We can smell them. Of course, you can smell them, you know, and it goes rancid very quickly. So you want to cook accordingly. And I know you don't feel like getting out the house, but it's a process, you know. It's foods you eat. Also, another second solution, may I suggest, a spirit guide. Me, when my mother started taking sick, me and my daughter was at a park not too far from my house, and I saw the ASPCA truck. And mind you, I'm going back and forth to see upstairs and see my mom, and because we all lived in the same building. Me, my mom, and my baby sister, she lived on the top other higher floor. It just doesn't matter because I'm at that place. We was at the park, and I saw this lady take a dog up in the park inside the truck. So I said, my baby said, oh, she's talking to her little friend because she see the truck has the dog print on it. And I said, I always wanted an animal. So I was going to the truck, and when I got up inside the truck, I seen this lady going in, and I knocked on the door. I tapped up and stepped back down, and the guy opened the door, and the lady was in there with the dog. And I said, how do I get a dog? The guy was like, well, he's like, he told me the process. And the lady said she was taking that dog, the dog that she had, inside the truck. They was gonna put that dog to sleep, because they put dogs to sleep now in trucks. So now I told the guy, I said, so how can I get a dog? You know what I'm saying? Like right now. So the lady made an agreement with me. She's like, she's going to come back out the truck. You know what I'm saying? With the dog. Because now I guess she's thinking I can make some money fast. You know what I'm saying? Now that I didn't want the dog, blah, blah, blah. She going to make some money off the dog now that she realized it like real quick. I ain't going to put it to sleep right now. I can make some money off this lady. I can give you the dog tomorrow, shave it down, blah, blah, blah. Because the dog was matted down, very bad, filthy, and nasty. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, that dog, I learned to love and nurture. And it helped me to understand that, to step outside myself. Sometimes you got to get so busy before you realize that everything done passed you by, and you realize, damn, I got it done. Then back to reality. You got to get back to reality after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that animal helped me understand my own particular inner pains by loving her, by stroking her. She's wanting to be loved. She wants to have these things, you know. And it helped me to better be more patient with the situation that I was facing, dealing with my mom, my daily activities, my home in general. Because sometimes depression makes you not want to get out of bed. But it's a process. Now with the dog, she got me to get up and give back to myself. Like, you need creatures that get you out your house. You know, something that'll find a cat. Find a cat, put a little keychain on her, dress her up real cute, take the bitch outside. You know what I'm saying? I got my dog. My dog is cool. You know what I'm saying? Me and her go outside anytime. I be like, girl, we out. You know what I'm saying? Her name is Jem from Jem and the Holograms. That was my favorite cartoon growing up. It's not going to be an easy road. But first and foremost, people bottle a lot of anger inside them. That's why I'm looking at the camera, because I'm looking at your souls. And it tingles. Don't be afraid to let go. It's easy to hold on to depression, and then it finds just little drips of leaving that big can of pain. I'm going to show you what I mean. Imagine this is filled with depression. You can take it out and pour it out real fast. But then you lose the meaning of why you were depressed. So what happens? It fills back up. So what people do now is they speak about their depression. That's just one drip of it. It's one drop. to purify your drop. Because you can drop it and drop depression on others. And that's okay. People are here to assist you. Remember, we all have a life of our own. And we would like to help, but we can't stay holding your hand because you're not ready yet. You have to be willing to be ready. Because the rest is all up to you to get out there on your own. And remember that this is your world. We're just living in it. When you start reminding yourself that you are that great and not placing blame and blaming the circumstances, because what we happen to notice that a lot of things is unfortunate, but that don't mean it have to write your whole life. It doesn't have to co-sign your being. I tell myself, I am forever. I am eternal. I am ahead of my time. I never really had time to understand who I was because I was thrown into a lot of things, and I still find myself shedding tears. I never knew I was this vulnerable. I never had a real orgasm and by myself until I turned 38. I could tell y'all this. You know why? Because that was depression. When you are depressed, sometimes you would have sex and not even realize that you take yourself through a whole fucking journey thinking you love the person. And the person that pulled you through their fucking mental web wasn't shit. And you can low-key add this depression cup runneth over and it becomes violent. Or some motherfuckers just add dharma to their karma. And I mean those who bring it to you. When you're broken, you attract broken. So you can't nurture a person's being until you nurture you. You are your best shining and guiding light. You are everything useful. And you must understand that there's going to be times where you're going to have to make a decision of making people useless in your life. Not because they're not telling. A lot of times, you see how I'm looking at you? A lot of times, we're so used to being a certain way that we don't see that we enable certain things in our world. Sometimes the universe teaches you by people telling you the truth is to hit you so you can look at yourself. I mean, hit you to make you understand that I need to hear this. It's a tough pill to swallow because it's not going down straight. It's going down sideways, bigger than a motherfucker. The size of a horse. Or maybe the size of a horse's dick. I don't know. I never tried one. But I'm just saying, it could be too big of a pill to swallow. But the Creator does not give you something. The inner you does not give you something you cannot handle. The biggest thing you can't handle that you have no real control of is the outside world. But in here, this is your mind. This is your building. This is your management. Manage your mind so you can manage your heart and your soul, and everything else will be like, yo, I'm at please. It ain't great, but we got this. And you won't have no highs and lows. You'll have little waves. You know what I'm saying? You just want that little wave to throw that pebble in that water and it covers up the water. You know what I'm saying? I used to think spell work was the answer to my prayers. And I mean spell work, not about my enemies and stuff. You know, stuff like that. I'm not talking about stupid shit like that. I tried to do a spell. Not do a spell, but, you know, I never tried. One time wanted to understand spell work. And I realized that you don't have to go there. Especially if you don't know what the fuck you're dealing with. So the real spell work should be you working on your inner soul. That's the soul that wants anything. Your heart don't want. Your heart wants, but your soul needs. So you're going to have to make your soul and heart meet somewhere in the center. So your brain and your mind can understand. Damn, that this was in front of me the whole time. I just didn't know how to see it. Because a fixed mind, or aka a hard head, make a soft ass. And the universe will show you, motherfucker, didn't you not see that she said this? Or did you not see he said that? And these are things you didn't see because you're like, yo, I paid the bills for you. I washed the clothes. I did this. And I tried to help you. And because you made it about you. Once you remember it's not just about you. It's hard to hear. It's not just about you. This, when I say this is not just about you, I'm talking about your brain and your heart. Because your soul be talking, But you don't quiet it enough to know, because our ego be so big, babe. Our ego be so big about what we don't do and what we can't possibly do. But when you're angry, the real you come out. So you got to understand that it takes a devil to bring forth a devil. We're going to never completely get it right. But there's things in your life you have power over. And you have power over your happiness. And it don't mean, a lot of people say they'll drop people to have happiness in their life, and no matter where they go, they still have the same issue. That's because it's you on the inside, babe, being mirrored through others. Believe when I tell you this, it's no mistake, and I can't make this up. Your inner workings come from external to work on your internal. The environment of state of being manifests who you are. It's not just about prayer, because you can be putting your inner beast to the surface until that nigga go, you know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You want to hear, what can I do? This is what you're going to say to yourself inside the inner you. What can I do to hug you and heal you and tell you that, to make you understand you are great? Because we kept it so deep in our surface for the longest, which means it was consuming you and taking you over, and you didn't even realize it. It ain't always your family. It ain't always your friends. It ain't always your lovers. It's things about ourselves we clearly don't understand. Because when you're so used to doing something like any muscle memory, you don't notice you're actually enabling certain things in your life. Even my bosses, I let them know. They say goats are ass kissers. Bullshit. I let my boss know, one day I'm trying to take your job. If it's like, I'll be like, I'm coming for your job if you don't want it, really. I am. That's harmless competition. Because I know competition helps me to remind me that I can be humble, but at times I need to hold my ground. Because, sometimes your bosses talk to you like you ain't shit. So that's the me who could have been them. Like I said, certain things show you who you are and who you could be. Rather than say that's not who you are, remember that it's mirroring you. People don't know who they are until they get money. But that's who they always was. They just never understood why it happened. That's who they are. But once they understood, if they would have went in understanding themselves, they would have been humble about it. But when you never had it, it happens. And that's a part of who life is an experience. We're the Creator's children. We're the God's children. And we also come from the earth. And we go back in that sucker when everything is over. Love on yourselves. And spend time to meditate. And when I say meditate, I want you to do it to where you hear your heartbeat. And it tunes the world out. One of these days, I'm going to show y'all a bunch of the Reiki videos I've done with other people. And the meditation. I have at least 16 good clients. They may not want their faces up there. I'll blur their faces and you'll see my sessions that I had. I had sessions when I was on the 5th floor of my old apartment, and I had some down here in my current previous place. Sometimes when you hear yourself, your inner child. I was at a tree in my trance, because it took a while. Meditation is not easy. Sometimes people fall asleep when they do meditation. You know what I'm saying? Like, they end up falling asleep. Don't worry, I got clothes on. I'm just trying to fix my dress. I'm about to get ready to go. Once you start sweating, you don't want your dress to smell musty. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hell no. So I'd rather just pull it down, because I'm sweating, y'all. But getting to it, my inner child said it resented me for not speaking up all those times. She says she hated me because I didn't speak up sooner for getting molested. She told me that I procrastinated giving up my music career for my baby father. That she didn't forgive me for becoming a statistic. She resented me for not trying to keep our family together, my siblings. People try to make you think it's a mental state. When you know you have a calling and a gift, even if no one receive it, it's not for you to beat yourself up about. Heal your Chiron. My Chiron's in the 4th house. My mother was Aries, and it was an Aries. I should have spoken up. I did speak up, but I guess I could have done it in a way that could have changed. But having said that, we don't make those choices now. But what I can do is make it right with my baby girl. What I can do is make it right with my nephew. What I could do is make it right and be there for my family. Really, it don't matter about being teased as a kid. It don't matter being a bedwetter forever. It doesn't matter about none of those things. I'm not here to make excuses for me and why things are broken for me. I'm here to make a reason for why you can become better than where you are right now. This is a reason. Because once you heal, the biggest strength is not when you get angry. It'll be when you have peace. It's not a struggle to have peace. It's a struggle if you forget to give yourself some peace. That's where the highs and the lows come. It's thrilling down to sex. If you're not happy, the sex won't even satisfy you. But like I said, start with the food. I'm telling you, you're going to feel good. It's the first step. You will see the big difference. It'll be less high blood pressures. That's depression. It'll be less eczema for your skin. That's depression. It'll be less outbreaks. It'll be less overthinking and self-manifesting negativity in your life. It'll be hearing yourself more and telling you it's okay to cry. It's okay to be vulnerable. It is. That don't mean you're weak. Because I started crying more after the things I experienced. And I said, why am I crying? And I looked at my chart and I'm taking pain. I said, oh, it's meant for me to feel now. Now it's meant for me to feel because I didn't feel before. Because I was too busy trying to be the smile that nothing goes wrong in my life. Because that's what I thought people needed to be their strength. I thought they needed that. It's not that I was being fake. It's that I thought that that's what others need. But sometimes people do need hugs. And I got plenty. I hugged me more. I hugged that baby girl and I told her, she said, Mom, I'm growing up too big. You can't pick me up. I'm tired of you picking me up. She's 13 now. I said, I'll pick you up forever. If I could, if God allowed me, I'll pick you up forever. And I still pick her up and put her on my back. I know she don't like it, but it's my way to be reminded for the spankings I gave. The things that I thought that was wrong with her, I was actually seeing it through my mother's eyes. My mother's eyes. When my mother hit us, I started putting that on. And like I said, people's morals, we tend to fucking take with us. And we don't know why it is, but your soul be like, don't give in. But when you realize it, you can remedy it. It's just certain things we just don't have to take in. I'm not saying I got the answers to every question because certain things will not have an actual answer right now. It could happen 10 years from now. We might not be alive to see that. You know, God forbid. I want to be here to see my great-great-great-grands. I don't want to have my eyes all fucked up and shit like Bill Cosby and shit, like looking up at... Nah, I want to be here, you know what I'm saying? Bag me a little shorty if my boo ain't around no more. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to R. Kelly it, but I'm just saying, no disclaimer. You know? I personally know what you do need. You need soul food. You need love on you food. Get some love on you food, y'all. Hit me up and let me know what's going on in your lives. I'm my wounded healer, and I'm trying to heal everyone else's wounds through my pain. It's a start, and I've been doing it so long now. Only thing now I gotta manage is keeping my damn house to a minimal, like that's a whole different story because I get, floods and shit. So it's like I can't maintain it. That's the universe. Like, girl, I want to see you snap. If that's true, let me see you under pressure. Oh yeah, the universe will do that to you too. Like if you master one thing, it comes back like, and once you get it, you good. Here we go. You know. Sometimes you get people that want questions and answers to certain things, and really and truly, how can you explain it to them when they're not at your level? So you don't have to always explain things anymore. I'm learned that I'm not nobody's savior, and it wasn't about saving people. It's about doing what you know you're called to do. You're called to action, to love yourself. Depression is no longer the depressor. The depressor is no longer depression. That's why I posted this thing. I am no longer who I used to be. You are what you do. You give broken, you get broken. You give lies and secrets, you get it back. Don't act like you're victimized. Just say, okay, I take that L, universe. You taught me something. Now let me get this. And sometimes it's going to challenge you to remind you where you are and how far you got there. Remember, it starts with saying, I forgive you. And that I'm sorry if I offended anyone and anything. Because it does stick with you. And I forgive everyone, whoever I believed hurt me. Because sometimes the things that we heard that was hurtful was meant to just make you stronger. It wasn't meant to break you down. But it's our ego when it's broken. And some people who do intentionally mean to break your ass down. But it's not. It's certain things that just supposed to make you keep your head above water. Make it away where you can. Temporary layoffs. Easy creating rip-offs. Scratching and surviving. Hanging in the challenge. And then the next level after that is you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. There's a time you gotta grow and show, and you grow, and now you know about the facts of life. When the world has never seemed to be living up to your dreams, and suddenly you find out the facts of life are all about you. It takes a lot to get them right when you're learning the facts of life. So hopefully that helps y'all, because those are my mottos to get me to go day to day and not keep any grudges and move forward, period, point blank, to be my greatest me, because I'm no longer living a version. Once you finish having a version, that's putting on the skin. Live the one you choose, because you are what you do. Quado, total recall. All right, you guys, love you. Hit me up, let me know what's going on. Peace.